National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening, coming to you live from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. I'm Clifford Richards.
And I'm Ishanali. Let's have a look at the headlines first.
The French president will arrive in the island tonight for a short official visit. The Colombo dockyard hands over a locally built vessel to France. The government medical officers meet the president. All local government bodies are ready to accept payments online. An ornamental fish marketed for 3.5 million rupees. July records the world's highest temperature.
On to those and other news in detail. And for news here at home, we have today French President Emmanuel Macron will arrive in the island tonight for a short visit.
Well, he will come to Sri Lanka from the Asia-Pacific state of Papua New Guinea. Macron is the first French president engaged in a state visit in Sri Lanka. He has been traveling in 3 states of the Asia-Pacific region for over 5 days. He first toured the French colony of New Caledonia Islands and then to Vanuatu Islands. There he pointed out that the Asia-Pacific region is vulnerable to the grip of new imperialistic forces. His third destination was the state of Papua New Guinea. He will conclude his Asia-Pacific regional tour after visiting Sri Lanka. The president's media division says the French president is to have bilateral talks with President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The two leaders have planned to discuss the regional and the global challenges. According to foreign media, debt restructuring in Sri Lanka would also be a major topic in these discussions. President Ranil Wickremesinghe engaged in a state visit in France last month under the invitation of the French president to participate in the Global Leaders Summit held in Paris. During that tour, the president held talks with his French counterpart. Meanwhile, Japanese Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi will arrive in the island for an official visit tonight. His communique issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that a high-level Japanese delegation will also accompany the Japanese foreign minister. They will have talks with the President Ranil Wickremesinghe, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and Foreign Minister Ali Sabri. Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi is scheduled to observe a development project implemented by the Japanese government. Well, the Government Medical Officers Association has presented a new set of proposals to President Ranil Wickremesinghe that's for reforms that should be carried out in the medical profession. And it was handed over to the President when the new office bearers of the GMOA met the President yesterday.
The meeting was held at the Presidential Secretariat. Introducing a new salary structure based on market value and performance, salary amendment for internship doctors and revising the allowance entitled to medical officers are among the proposals. The President informed the medical officers regarding the immediate reforms that should be done in the health sector in Sri Lanka and requested the GMOA to submit relevant proposals for this purpose. The President also pointed out the importance of implementing new reforms under short and medium-term plans. He also stressed the need to study the developed health systems in the Scandinavian and European countries. New chairman of the GMOA, consultant Dr. Darshana Sirisena, Secretary Dr. Haritha Alutke and several other news office bearers were present at this discussion. President Ranil Wickremesinghe today officially presented the national flag to the Sri Lanka Scout team that will participate in the 25th World Scout Jamboree to be held in South Korea. The flag was presented to the leader of Sri Lanka Scout team, the International Commissioner Consultant Dr. Rajiv Piris. The 25th World Jamboree will commence from the 1st to the 12th of August in the city of Simangam in South Korea. Over 50,000 scouts throughout the world will take part in this event. 177 male and female scouts leaders representing Sri Lanka will also participate in this jamboree. Unveiling the official logo of the 10th National Scout Jamboree to be held next year was also unveiled at this event. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that when we go to Korea today, we realize the rapid development occurred in the country in the decades of 50s and 60s. When we hear the word Korea, we had a bad connotation of a place where full of shanties. However, Korean people had worked collectively to achieve a marvelous development in South Korea. Sri Lankan people did not follow the path of Korea. We Sri Lankans expected everything to be distributed among us free of charge. Finally, the country faced bankruptcy. Now that all people have to work hard to redeem the country from bankruptcy, as a country we must get together and work during the next 25 years to develop Sri Lanka as a country like South Korea. Senior Professor Nilanthi Renuka de Silva has been appointed as the Vice Chancellor of the University of Kelaniya by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. This appointment is effective for a period of 3 years from the 24th of August this year. The first marine cable laying vessel manufactured by the Colombo Dockyard Company Limited for European region was handed over to France today at the Colombo Dockyard premises.
And the company says that an income of 50 million euros was earned by this project. The vessel had been named Sophie Germain, and a 100 meters long and 18 meters wide vessel has been manufactured for the Orange Marine Company in France. The Sri Lankan engineers have completed the total project. This is the 256th vessel manufactured by the Colombo Dockyard. This vessel is equipped with automatic system to store fiber optic and electric lines. The stored cables are automatically laid under the seabed with the sophisticated gadgets fixed in the vessel. French ambassador in Sri Lanka, Jean-Francois Pactat, the Japanese ambassador in Sri Lanka, Mishukoshi Hideki, chairman of the Colombo Dockyard, Hideki Tanaka, and many others were present at the vessel handing over ceremony. This vessel facilitates and has a facility for a crew of 76 individuals. The company says many European and Asian shipping lines have placed utmost confidence on the Colombo Dockyard Company. Therefore, the company is ready to manufacture vessels to suit the needs of the buyers.
I was surprised at the sight of such a large, huge ship constructed in this country. At that time, Sri Lanka was in the middle of the economic crisis, and we were worried about the economic crisis. So I am very happy to be able to celebrate with you today the delivery of the cable repair vessel, Sophie German. Today's delivery ceremony is a symbol of Japan, Sri Lanka.
I'm sure the voyage she will make between our two countries prefigures other bilateral projects in shipbuilding and in the maritime sector, a field in which Sri Lanka has very strong assets. So, congratulations.
And in the meantime, State Minister Dr. Ranjit Siambalapitiya says that the depreciation of rupee against the US dollar is a temporary condition. He revealed this fact addressing a ceremony held in Dehi Ovita area today. State Minister Dr. Ranjit Siambalapitiya said that the ministry has allowed to decide the value of rupee to suit the demand of the dollar. The country had bonds worth about $750 million. In the local debt optimization process, many banks prefer to pay the value of development bonds in rupees. In this process, banks tempted to gather dollar reserves, and in addition, the banks are able to limit the release of dollars to the market. As a result of all these matters, there is a slight depreciation of rupee against the US dollar. However, by mid-August, Sri Lankan rupee may be appreciated again.
The Ministry of Education has decided to start the new school term of the next year on the 21st of February. Minister Susil Premchand says that the delay occurred as the schools remained closed during the COVID pandemic period is being gradually rectified at present. The minister revealed these facts At a ceremony held in Monoragala, the minister added that the delay in holding exams will also be eased by next year. Minister Susil Premajan said that the ministry has engaged to reduce the delay up to 3 to 4 weeks by reducing the length of school vacations. The grade 5 scholarship examination, the O-levels and also the A-level examination of next year will be conducted within the year. Printing of textbooks needed for the next year has already been started. By November, the textbooks will be distributed to schools. The ministry proposes a system to pay water and electricity bills of schools without causing a burden to the schools. Well, the Children Fair, jointly organized by the National Television and also Maliban Biscuits Company, will be held at the Samanala grounds in Galle.
And the fair consists of many educational and recreational items. This has been named as Maliban Real Chocolate Cream Biscuit Satrulantel. A number of games have been organized for children and the winners will be provided with precious gifts. The winners of painting and announcing competitions held in 15 schools in the Galle and Mathura districts under the sponsorship of Maliban Biscuits and the National Television will also be awarded at this event.
Maliban Real Chocolate Cream Biscuit Satrulantel.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena expressed confidence that more investment will come to Sri Lanka after October this year. Well, he made this comment participating in a ceremony held in Avisavela area. The newly renovated 3-story building of the President's College in Avisavela was vested with the students by Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena today. A sum of 30 million rupees has been spent for this project. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that we have been committed to make the country as revitalized, overcoming bankruptcy. We have been working for this endeavor during the past 11 months. The challenge the country has faced at present is to draw more investments to the island after October. The country will be able to win the trust of international community to attract more investments.
In the meantime, the Pakistan-Sri Lanka Business Forum, in collaboration with the Sri Lanka Consulate in Karachi, organized a business delegation to Sri Lanka last week to enhance business relationship between the two nations. The delegation visited many places in Colombo from the 18th to the 22nd of this month. They focused attention on free trade agreements and streamlining trade processes, bilateral trade and investments. The delegation also had a discussion with the State Minister of Foreign Affairs, Tarika Balasuriya, and they also expressed interest in fostering partnership for exports in many sectors, including rubber, electrical and electronic products.
Elected by the parliament in line with the constitution of Sri Lanka. So I was very pleased that we did not deviate from the constitution of Sri Lanka, and there was a smooth transition of power. And after the new president came into power, the first thing which he did was to go to the IMF in order to get the credit facility. And then also we embarked on both economic and political reforms. Not just economic reforms but also political reforms. As large part of the economic reforms, he immediately wanted to widen the tax network. He wanted to increase the tax rate, reduce the government spending, reduce the public sector, which we have 1.6 million in the public sector, bring changes to the SOEs, the state-owned enterprises. Some of them, most of them are running at losses.
And for more news here at home, we have State Minister Janaka Wakumbara says that facilities will be made available at all local government bodies in the island for the people to make their relevant payments online before the end of this year.
Well, at a press briefing held in the President's Media Center yesterday, the State Minister says that online payments can be already made to 69 local government institutions to get their services.
අපි
State Minister Janaka Wakumara said that the cabinet approval has already been given for this proposal and the online payment facilities will be made available at all local government bodies before the 31st of December this year. Under this program, even a person living abroad is able to make relevant payments online. There is a common accusation against the local government bodies. Some officials ask bribes to provide some services to the public. The State Minister pointed out that through the online system, officials in the local government bodies cannot take bribes from the public.
Well, the suspects of the case of the assassination of parliamentarian Amarkirti Atukora were granted bail today by the Gampaha Provincial High Courts. Well, 37 suspects who were indicted over the killing were produced before the three-member panel of judges at the Gampaha Provincial High Court today. The suspects were released on financial surety bail of 100,000 rupees and 4 personal sureties worth 2 million rupees. The three-member panel of judges, including Sahanyapa Bandara, Ruwan Patiruna and Rashmi Singapuli, also imposed a ban of foreign travel to the suspects. They also should be present at the Nitambu police station every Sunday. Solicitor General Janaka Bandara appeared for the Attorney General. Well, an ornamental fish breeding center was opened in Walgam area in Damulla recently. Well, it is significant that a Sri Lankan youth named Amila Indika Bandara, living in Kawasaki in Japan, has started this project. A sum of 480 million rupees has been sent for this project. It was declared open by Governor of the Central Province Lalit Yugamage. A variety of Japanese ornamental fish in Japan named koi is bred here. This variety has huge demand in many countries and sold at high prices. The founder of the project, Amila Indika Bandara, says that this fish is very popular in India. He says that filming of this variety will be distributed among youth in the area and given facilities for them to grow the fish. Grown fish are purchased back by the breeding center. Mr. Bandara carries out this project with the help of some Japanese friends.
And few more local news items in brief. 8 employees were injured by a fire broke out at a factory in the Sitavaka export zone in Avisavala this evening. The police say the injured have been admitted to the Avisavala based hospital and the fire has erupted in a rubber gloves factory. The Attorney General informed the Supreme Court today that a sum of 12.2 billion rupees have been transacted in the accounts of controversial Pastor Jerome Fernando. The money has been transacted in 11 accounts maintained by him, and the fundamental rights petition filed against Pastor Jerome by Venerable L. Gunavarshana Thera was summoned for consideration today. Police dispersed a protest march organized by the Frontline Socialist Party and several other parties by using tear gas and water cannons. Maliga Kanda Magistrates Court has issued an order banning the protesters entering several areas, including the Health Ministry premises, National Hospital Square and the National Eye Hospital. An exhibition on house planning and decorating started at the BMICH premises today under the patronage of State Minister Shanta Bandara. The exhibition has about 200 trade stalls and will end on the 30th of this month. Kurunagala wildlife officials have been able to capture a wild elephant that had killed a person in Uyandana area. The elephant that instigated fear amongst the villagers was captured at Padani area yesterday. A felicitation ceremony for new Air Force Commander Air Marshal Uddeni Rajpaksha was held in Bandaranaike Vidyalaya in Gampaha yesterday. He was an old boy of the school and the principal presented a souvenir to the Air Force Commander.
Well, today is the second day of the EXMO 2023 exhibition organized by the engineering faculty of the Moratuwa University. The exhibition will end tomorrow. Well, the annual event was delayed after the year 2017 due to many reasons. Well, this year's exhibition is included with many discoveries and innovations of the undergraduates of the engineering sector. Many visitors are attracted to the exhibition stall of the apparel sector. The university and school students, entrepreneurs, new inventors, artists and a large number of people were present today to view this exhibition.
An unbelievable event organized by VC and the staff with Moratuwa sons and daughters, and we talk about crisis, problems in the country, and we are fed up, and this is the answer for all this, and Moratuwa sons and daughters with VC have given the answer how to come out from the crisis. This is the only way. We have to work very hard. We have to have our positive expectations.
EXMO 2023 is a flagship technological exhibition organized by the Faculty of Engineering, University of Moratuwa in collaboration with faculties of IT, Architecture, Business and Medicine, along with the support of the Alumni Association of University of Moratuwa. So this time we have 300 plus exhibits ready for you.
The student who are presenting here is having creative as well as technological skills. If you see the exhibits, we can see from product created from sportwear to casual wear to any kind of product ranges which are specifically designed for specific market segment. Most of the outfits that they have created are done by them. Sometimes we get industry support also for creating these outfits.
EXMO 2023 is an innovative exhibition where you can come and explore a wide range of innovative collections of students from various departments such as mechanical, electrical, electronic, as well as other creative departments such as fashion design and product development. So I invite you all to come and experience these innovative collections and get a huge range of knowledge.
Well, height of technology from the University of Moratuwa with more local stories. Popular and award-winning Sinhala film titled Sarungale, directed by Professor Sunil Aryaratna, will be telecast at 10 p.m. tonight on Rupavahini.
Certainly, and Gamini Fonseca, Shreyani Amarasena and number of veteran film stars have played main roles in this film.
අපි නරක දේවල් ඉත්තන් අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ.
මහාචාර්ය සුනිල් ආරියරත්න සිනමා නිර්මාණය සරුංගලය 28 වන සිකුරාදා රාත්‍රී 10ට ජාතික රූපවාහිනියෙන්.
So which means you have a movie day tonight on Rupavahini. Annual academic sessions of the Sri Lanka College of Endocrinologists 2023 started at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo yesterday. This medical conference will be held until the 30th of this month, and more than 100 international speakers will address the conference. Director General of Health Services Dr. Asila Gunawardena was the chief guest at this event. Around 60 delegates, including 100 international delegates, are participating in this event.
Other crucial entity thought to be vital.
Well, that's news at home. We take a short break and we'll be back with international stories shortly.
வெளிநாட்டிலிருந்து பணத்தை மக்கள் வங்கிக்கு அனுப்பி வாராந்தம் 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய், மாதாந்தம் 1 மில்லியன் ரூபாய், ஆண்டிறுதியில் மாபெரும் சீட்டெழுப்பில் 1 கோடி ரூபாயினை வெல்லுங்கள். பீப்பிள்ஸ் ரெமிட்டன்ஸ் கோடி அதிர்ஷ்டம். நேரடியாக அனுப்புங்கள், பெரும் வெற்றி காணுங்கள்.
Welcome back to the news, and we're moving on to news overseas, where scientists claim that the month of July is virtually certain to be the world's warmest month on record.
Certainly, and the scientists are confident that 2019 record for the world hottest month will be shattered even with several days to go. UN Chief Antonio Guterres said the planet is entering an era of global boiling. Scientists agree the extra heat is mainly linked to the fossil fuel use. US President Joe Biden described the climate change as an existential threat and that no one can deny the impact of climate change anymore. Some experts believe that July will be the warmest month in the past 120,000 years. Researchers are not surprised that July is set to break the current record for the warmest month, as there have been plenty of indications. And more on news away from home, we have the European Central Bank has raised interest rates in the Eurozone once again, taking its key rate to a record high last seen in late 2000. The bank raised the deposit rate in the 20-nation bloc for the 9th time in a row to 3.75%, up from 3.5%. The ECB said inflation continued to ease but was still expected to remain too high for too long. On Wednesday, the US Central Bank raised rates to their highest level in 22 years in its bid to control prices. In the UK, where inflation fell to 7.9% in June, the Bank of England's base rate is at 5%. At its next decision on 3rd August, the bank is widely expected to raise rates to 5.25%. The idea of raising rates is to make the cost of borrowing more expensive and so decrease demand and make price rise more difficult to pass on. As in other regions, the Eurozone has been hit by rising food and energy prices.
Prima Kotami Fantamai.
Welcome back, and we are moving on to the world of sport and heading on to Cape Town in South Africa, because it is the netball or the World Netball Tournament held in Cape Town, which started today, and Sri Lanka's first match will be between Jamaica, and it will start at 9:30 p.m. tonight.
The World Cup Netball Tournament commences in Cape Town in South Africa from today to the 6th of August. The tournament will commence this year for the 16th occasion. 16 countries take part in the tournament under the 4 categories in the preliminary round, and Sri Lanka is in the C group with South Africa, Jamaica and Wales. This is Sri Lanka's 11th occasion of competing this tournament, and Gayanjali Amarawansha leads the Sri Lanka team. Sri Lanka will play against South Africa tomorrow and against Wales on Sunday.
Prima Kotami Fantamai.
Well, that's the end of the news, and wishing Sri Lanka all the very best in the tournament. Do enjoy the rest of the programs. Take care, and together with Hesha, this is Clifford wishing you good night.